only mode.
Josh.
Okay. Can you hear me, Paul?
Yeah, I can hear you, Josh.
Excellent. Good. This is actually Mark. It says Josh.
Oh,
Josh is the one who puts the webinar together. So I don't think any of you heard me,
gotcha.
but I'm sorry. I just realized my phone was muted. So anyhow, this is Mark Raymakers. I'm the Vice President of Life Marketing with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. And we've got a new lead program, obviously, we're very excited about. And so what we'll do this morning is we're going to record this for you so you can obviously go back and review it. And we're basically going to go through some things that we can do to help you supporting your business, whether it be on the life or the annuity side. But this deal here with TJ Telemarketing primarily focused on life insurance leads. And so let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be a pretty brief webinar. We're going to go pretty quickly here this morning. And so if you have any questions, you can certainly type those in the question box. And boy, it looks like there are already some in there. So I tell you what, Jeremy, if you want to wait till we get in the webinar, we'll address the issue as far as paying for the leads. Okay, so one thing we have up here real quick this morning is a new producer bonus. So obviously, as you get appointed with us, what we do is we reward you for your production at certain levels. So first of all, the 100,000 level. And this is based on dollar for annuities, single premium life. It's a lesser amount for traditional life. So like on a target premium, you're talking probably, I think what do we figure, about $10,000 in target premium, and then you calculate on up. But if you get to the first level, you decide that you want to redeem it and get your bonus, you can pick up $750 in cash to your subscription to a website, a newsletter service, or a free iPad. So any one of the three. I kind of like the iPad myself. I use mine all the time. But the nice thing is that when you're out there with these companies and you're writing business with us, you can complete the applications right on the iPad. So you never have to worry about having the right forms or missing something. These iApplication, electronic applications, whatever you want to refer to them as, they're very helpful in making sure that you get everything completed at the first try. So if you don't choose that level, there's a next at 300,000 level. You can get the full Social Security program and 3,000 piece postcard mailing. This is really neat if you want to get in front of more seniors. Now you could either buy this or earn it, just like the 2-year subscription on the first level. You could buy that or earn it. And so with the Social Security, what you want to do is you want to call anyone in annuity marketing. They can help you with that program. Secondly, there's 2,000 matching marketing money to promote your business. If you want to choose that, that's kind of nice. If you want to really put in a full court press out there to get yourself out in front of people, or then there's a $1,500 gift card. Maybe just use that as you please. The last is a 500,000 level. So if you're maybe looking at incorporating seminars into your sales, you've got either the 5,000 piece mailing and seminar coaching with Matt Gill, or 4,000 piece mailing and seminar coaching with Dave Pimper. Both of these gentlemen are very good at what they do. They write millions of premium every year. And so if you're looking at maybe doing that as well, in addition to this leads we're talking about here this morning, you can certainly call and ask for anyone in I'm in annuity marketing, I apologize. And they can explain the program to you so you can earn it or buy it. Lastly, there's a Ritz-Carlton Travel Rewards program. You can make your own personal getaway. Now, something else we do here. This is what Josh does. Again, this is Mark Raymaker speaking, but Josh and Adam can help you to do anything you want, from basic marketing all the way up to television advertisements. And you can see, obviously, there's a production level or a cost to that. And so if you want to do something just as simple as branding your business, we can help you with that. So keep that in mind. You can ask for either one of those individuals after the webinar here this morning, and they'd be happy to help you. Now, we're real big on training. And so what we do here, you notice that we've got webinars scheduled for every day of the week, except for Saturday and Sunday, of course. But we're doing a lot of things as far as providing value as far as concepts and products and you name it for life and annuity. But we've got an upcoming training academy. It looks like my poll is not working. But if you're interested in knowing more about our training academies, we have 3 of these a year, sometimes 4, depending on how the schedules work out. But what happens is we bring speakers in from across the country, and we provide for the airfare, the meals, and lodging, so there's really no out-of-pocket expense for you. We get you out there on a Wednesday, we do dinner, a few short presentations, a full-day training on Thursday, half-day training on Friday, get you back home. So there's no cost out-of-pocket for you other than the time out of the office. If you're interested in knowing more about this, I encourage you to call the number here at the bottom of the screen and ask for anybody in marketing. It doesn't matter, life or annuities, and we can talk with you about that. We can get you an application and an agenda. And the nice thing is that you're going to pick up some new ideas on marketing and selling life and annuity products. It's not necessarily a product training. It's more about concepts. Now, of course, we do cover some products in there because in the sales process, it's good to have a right product for the right situation. Now, as far as the time of the year, we would do one in the spring, and we would also do one probably in the late summer, and then one in early fall. Okay, let's go ahead and move on here. Paperless contracting, we make it real easy. For contracting, all you need to do is you complete a document. It's a regular contract. You select the companies that you want. You submit it. We get you appointed with all those companies in one fell swoop. So it's kind of a neat little deal. Anytime that you wanted to add a new carrier, all you need to do is give us a call. We'd add one without additional paperwork. So keep that in mind if you want to get appointed when we're done here and offer these leads. Then what we can do is we'll get you set up right away. Okay, another thing here, our website. If you want to check us out, www.iamsinc.com. Everything you can possibly imagine that would be supportive of your business, whether it be sales tools, whether you're going to run a term quote, any kind of forms that you might need. So if you want to just pull an application yourself, print off in your office, you can do that as well. You'll notice the industry links are out there, so if you want to go direct to one of the companies that we offer. And then there's a life and annuity news. There's some great stuff out there as far as the different product grids. You'll see that. So I'd encourage you just to check it out. And one last thing here is our referred producer program and market reimbursement. So what we do here is if you refer an agent to us and they get contracted, we're going to send you a check for $50 just upon them getting contracted. We're very confident that once they get appointed, they're going to want to take advantage of our programs and our service and obviously write their business through us here. So we also reward you for their production. Now, no one's taking a commission hit. We're still going to provide you the top competitive street level commissions. And so your referral doesn't have to take a haircut either. Basically, what we're doing is we're saying thank you for the business by paying you 20 basis points on your business. So for example, if we had 3 $1 million producers in 1 year that you referred over to us, that's $6,000 in cash for you. And I do know that there's a number of agents with us here that are collecting over $10,000 a year in that referred producer program. So keep that in mind. We love to help. We like referrals just like you do. One last thing is our marketing reimbursement. And this is important because this will play into what we're talking about here this morning a little bit. So let's say, for example, that a couple different ones would be, for example, you want to have maybe a summer party for your clients and a customer appreciation. And let's say that you had written $200,000 in premium annuities, single premium, target life. What we would do is we would put $400 into reimbursement account for you. Let's say you spent $800. You send us the receipt. We turn around and send you a check for $400. In other words, 50% of whatever your expenses would be. So this is an opportunity for you to increase your revenue by reducing your expenses because we're going to pay for half of those for you. So this is a great little program that many of our advisors are not taking advantage of. So when you get appointed with us, keep that in mind. We're going to start racking up those reimbursement dollars as soon as you start writing business. I'm going to tell you one thing here before I turn it over to Paul. So Paul, if you've got your screen up, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch this over to you. So you've got full control. Yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do real quick. As we're talking about this lead program today, and I'll repeat this towards the end. There we go. So what we will do here for you, and this lead program is going to be exclusive with Insurance Agency Marketing Services as far as you getting set up, getting contracted with us, taking advantage of the leads. Paul's going to explain how the program works, how they generate leads, but we're going to reimburse you up to 100% of your expense on these, and it's based on premium written, and a number of applications. So pretty simple. Um, the cost, bottom line, is $950. We will pay for all of that upon submission of $4,000 in premium and 3 applications. And we'll do that for 3 months. So as you keep writing, we keep paying for your leads. You're basically going to be getting them for free. So I'm going to remind you that in the end here, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to step back and I'm going to let Paul go ahead and explain the program, and we can address that again as we move on. So Paul, thanks so much for taking time out of your day. I know you're up really early to do this for us here today. So thanks
Yeah,
again.
well, hey, I appreciate it, Mark. Yeah, I'm out here in Springfield, Oregon. It's 8 a.m., so I'm kicking off the day right. Thank you much for the partner opportunity there with IAMS and just having me here to be able to chat with your folks. I really do appreciate it.
You bet.
And thank you to all you folks that are here. Really appreciate you guys kicking off the week here with us. I hope it's a real great week, and it's just beginning. So let's kick it off right. You know, the exclusivity here at TJ Telemarketing, we're really about exclusivity, and our leads, they're exclusive. They're generated for our clients. We're not finding leads in reseller spaces. We're not doing anything kind of that could mess with the exclusivity of the leads. So it's really important that we have one agent per zip code. And that's one thing that I really want to make clear to you guys here with IAMS is if you guys are in a large metropolitan area, you probably don't have to worry about this. But if you guys are in a smaller area, like let's say Sacramento, California, or Utica, New York, you know, an area with 100, maybe 200,000 population that you want to work. So if we're going to be generating leads for you in a specific space, those leads are locked down for you and for IAMS. So if you decide that you want to keep going forward with us, then you've got leads in your area exclusively locked down for you forever. You know, when you do order these programs through IAMS, those leads and those areas are locked down exclusively for IAMS forever. You know, so these areas are going to be just exclusive to you guys. These areas are going to be exclusive to IAMS. These leads are going to be only available for you guys and only available through IAMS and this TJ Telemarketing partnership. So that's something that I'm really excited about rolling out across the country, so we can get you guys set up with the lead program that works for you and that you'll know will always be there in the capacity that you need. If you need 5 leads a week, if you need 25 leads a year, you know, whatever your needs are, we'll be there for you exclusively because of this partnership. So that's one thing I'm excited about is that partnership. Now let's get into the leads. What are the leads? What do? We generate exclusive leads. We call small businesses to generate these leads. We've been generating these leads since 1995 by phone. All that we do is just make phone calls. We call into small businesses, once-night employees. We speak with white-collar, blue-collar type professionals. We talk to them about their personal life insurance. So let's say that we're generating a lead for Mark. We could be calling Joe's Auto Body Shop. So we'd talk to Joe. We'd say, Joe, do you have life insurance? What is it? What do you pay for it? What's your benefit amount? Are you married? Do you have kids? Do you smoke or have any conditions? If it's a decent prospect and we just go on and we say that we're calling for Mark Raymakers, he's with IAMS, and what he'd like to do is give you a call, share the life insurance that he has available, see if it's beneficial to you. Now, if the prospect agrees to talk to Mark about life insurance, that's really what we're looking for. So the prospect's had a chat with their telemarketer for about 2 or 3 minutes. They've heard Mark's name. We've asked them if they would like some help with their life insurance, and they've agreed to receive this help with no pressure. That's really what a lead is, and we get their last name, get the best time to call back, verify the company name and address that we reached Matt to help them out on their appointment, to help you guys out on setting your appointment, and we ask them if they're interested in chatting with you about retirement planning or anything else like that, and then we just simply thank them for their time and let them go. You know, the actual lead looks like this. You'll see here this lead looks a good deal different from other leads that you may have seen before. It's a PDF file, first of all. It's not an Excel file or something like that. You'll see all the contact information up here. You'll see the telemarketer's name that actually generated the lead. You can see this lead was generated by Hillary F. You'll see all the details that we got here during the call. And the part that I like the best is really the special notes down here. This is where our telemarketer will write you a few special things about how the call went. Maybe someone is having a birthday in a week or two. Maybe someone just had their first grandchild. Something like that came up during the call. We're going to put it in here in the special notes to give you a heads up as you're working on the lead and help you have just an additional point of connection with the prospect. So that's a real neat thing that I like to show folks. Let me play for you guys a recording here so you could hear actually a real live example of how this works.
Pretty good.
Great. Richard, are you the manager?
I'm the owner.
Well, that'll do too. Richard, we're doing some brief market research regarding life insurance. Are you currently covered with a life insurance policy?
I am.
Okay, and is the coverage through your business or is it an individual plan you purchased yourself?
It's an individual plan.
Okay. And what insurance company are you currently with? Do you recall?
Well, I don't, but my wife works for United Healthcare, so I know that our health benefits are through United.
Okay, well, I'm just calling regarding the life.
Yeah, the life insurance I would have to go back and look up.
Oh, that's no problem. Do you recall your benefit amount?
It's been a while since I've looked at it, but I want to say I have $500,000.
Okay, so 500. And do you recall your monthly premium?
I don't.
Oh, that's okay. And are you the only one covered under the plan, or is your wife attached as well?
My wife is on it as well.
Okay. And what is your age?
I'm 39.
39. And your wife's age?
44.
Okay. And do you have any children?
1.
And how old are they?
8.
I have a 7-year-old. And do you smoke?
Do cigars count?
Do cigars count? I believe they do. Yes, they do.
I have about a cigar a month.
Okay. So you don't smoke regularly?
No.
Okay. Do you have any pre-existing conditions such as cancer or heart disease?
Nope.
All right. Richard, all we're doing is gathering this information for a local agent in your area whose name is Craig Otteson with Otteson Financial. And what he would like to do is call you in a couple of days and share with you the insurance that he has available to see if he can find you some individual life insurance that will be affordable to you. Is that okay?
Have him give me a jingle.
All right. What's your last name, Richard?
Hare, H-A-R-E.
H-A-R-E. And what was your wife's name?
Amy.
Amy, A-M-Y?
Yes.
And the position at your business was owner?
Yes.
And how many people work at your business?
Well, it's just me, but I have anywhere from 8 to 12 subcontractors.
Okay, I'll put that in the notes then. And when Craig Otteson calls, when is the best time for him to reach you?
Oh, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m.
8 to 6?
Monday through Friday.
All right. And would you also be interested in hearing about retirement programs or any other insurance?
Well, I don't intend to retire because everyone I've ever talked to about retirement, they say it's boring.
And go back to work.
Yeah, I'm not exactly looking to retire. I'm looking to own a few businesses and just enjoy running them.
Well, good for you. That sounds like a good plan. The company name that you're running right now still is Carnival Custom Painting?
Yes.
Okay. What's the physical address there?
It's 8301 Lakeview Parkway.
Lakeview Parkway?
Yes.
All right. All right, Richard. Well, thank you so much for your time. And again, Craig Otteson will be calling you in a couple of days about life insurance. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so I hope that the audio was clear enough for you guys to hear that recording there. I was planning a time to take some questions at this point. Is this a good time for that, Mark?
Absolutely it is, you bet.
Yeah, I can't see any typed questions here on my screen. Are people typing questions that I'm not seeing?
You know what? I don't see any yet.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? What's the capability here for asking questions? Or Mark, do you just have something that popped into your mind?
Yep, I'll read the question to you as they come across here. So, first of all, what is the cost for, and do you guys really, I guess not necessarily an annuity generated lead, but when you talk about retirement, that's where that would come into it.
Right. So over here you can see the per lead calling options that we have here. You've got the qualified life insurance leads, which is basically the topic or the plan topic heading into this call. And then we have these retirement plan leads and annuity plan leads, which are the same price. You guys see the price points here starting at $1,000. Now, Mark says that these leads are starting at $950. So the only way to get that type of pricing is through IAMS and through Mark. So you guys are going to have to call him up to do that. But yeah, I mean, like, just look at this, the annuity plan lead here. You can take a look at the actual annuity plan lead. You'll see it looks a lot like the life insurance lead. Our conversation with the person is simply, it's just about the retirement. You know, do you have a retirement plan? What is it? Who's on the plan? How long have you had the plan? And then we just explain that you guys offer annuity retirement plans that guarantee return on investment, no risk of market loss. And so the prospect agrees to chat with you about that, as opposed to the life insurance lead where we're just chatting about life insurance and their life insurance situation. So yeah, there's different types of leads that we've developed over the years for folks for different types of applications. But really the strength of our leads lies in just having a good qualified prospect who's had a good chat with a telemarketer. You're dealing with a good amount of yes energy when you're calling back on these people. And all of these leads are best if you just give them a call and ask them when you can stop in with some information. I mean, they're really just springboards to appointments. That's what they're used best for.
And they're getting how many leads again, Paul, for that money, for that $950?
It's 25 leads is what you're looking at. So you see on the website it's $1,000, but through IAMS it's $950. You can buy them in batches of 25, 50 plus 3 free, or 100 plus 10 free. And that's how these leads are sold on the website, as well as through IAMS in batches of 25.
So you're looking at about $38 per lead.
Yes, yep, $38 per lead is what you're looking at. Yeah, minimum order 25.
Okay. You know, one thing that I really liked, which I think for those of you that are interested in this, is the fact that the person who's doing this survey, if you noticed, mentioned the name of the agent 3 times. And
yeah,
that should really ring true. If you're following up with a phone call right after you get this lead, they're going to recognize your name, and that should really help.
Yeah, it's an odd compliment that I get so often after I send someone their first batch of leads. Well, these people really did remember the call. You know, I hear that all the time, and yeah, they do. I mean, it's a real phone call coming from a real person. It's calling them up and being as kind as possible, and just checking to see if now is the right time, you know, for them to chat with a life insurance agent. You know, we make a lot of calls to make this happen. You know, to generate 25 leads, we call about 1,600 businesses. That's a lot of businesses. It's a big sample. We make a lot of calls and get a lot of no's. But, you know, we do find those 25 that actually want to chat.
Yeah, per order, yeah. So as far as the availability of the conversation itself, do the agents have the ability to review that recording?
Yeah, we keep all the recordings here for quality control and training purposes, and we do play recordings for our clients. You have to give us a call and listen to it, just like I played that recording there. That would be the scenario if you wanted to hear your own recordings.
Okay, so otherwise they aren't badged or they aren't emailed over or they don't have an account they can log into to listen to the recording. They'd have to request it from you.
Yes, the recordings are not released out of our office. We keep them here.
Okay. Do you always speak to the owner of the business or whoever answers the phone?
So when we generate these leads, we're asking for the person in charge. We call small businesses 1 to 9 employees, and we average about 1/3 to half owners. So out of a batch of 25 leads, 10 to 15 owners would be a pretty common outcome. The rest would be other positions.
Okay. All right. So again, you get 25 leads for $950. A couple questions on that are the first. Yeah. So a question come up: Are the leads free for the first 9 days if they hit a certain quota? Yeah. Basically, I'll repeat that as I promised I would. So In this case, Jeremy, what we do is once an agent writes $4,000 with the minimum of 3 applications, so $4,000 in premium, obviously you want to have that paid, then what we'll do is we will turn around and we'll send you a check for the $950. So we're going to cover the costs of that, and we'll do that for the first 3 months. Then what we can do is, as I mentioned, we have the marketing reimbursement program. You'll have business flowing in. We'll have money in the account, and that'll start to help reduce the cost of those leads. Obviously, they'd be free in the first 90 days when writing business with us. So
yeah, so if you had an average experience with the leads, you'd get 25 leads, you get a couple quick sales in the first few weeks, first 2 or 3 weeks, and you get a couple sales a couple weeks after that, and then you'd see a couple sales a few months down the road. So those quicker sales, the people that are ready to move now, those are going to be the guys that are going to be paying off your next campaign. I mean, what you should be able to see is about 10 to 15 appointments off of a batch of 25 leads and about 5 new clients. So the math works. You know, if you're getting out there and you're calling these people up, you're asking them if you can stop in, you're going to be meeting with a good majority of these leads and then making sales from there.
that's pretty exciting to hear about that recording he has. Like, man, there's just all kinds of opportunities sitting with that deal.
Yeah, that's Sherry. She's a great telemarketer. She's here. She'll be one of the people that'd be working for you if you were to be using our lead. She'd be making calls for you.
Good.
Super friendly, and when it comes down to the type of tone that we try to take on these calls, that's really it. Just friendly, professional, personable, but at the same time not overdoing it. You know,
Yeah.
not to the point where we're just getting yeses just for the sake of fun. You know,
Yeah.
we're sticking to the point.
Yep. So Bruce is asking, are you calling business owners? That's the goal, right? To try to get to the business owner or someone, like you said, who's in charge, manager?
Really, the person in charge is the goal. So about a third to half the leads are business owners. We do offer custom calling campaigns, so start at $1,200. Those are business owners only. When you do the math, they usually come out to be about $60 an owner. We offer completely custom calling, and that falls in that realm, and we're able to target owners that own businesses of a certain value. We're able to call off of 5,500 data. We do a whole bunch of different custom things, but our most popular lead is that $38 life insurance lead where we're calling up businesses and speaking with professionals. And the reason why is because you're going to get a lot of business owners who are obviously fantastic prospects, but you're going to get a lot of other positions as well who are good prospects. A draftsman at an architect company, an office manager at an HVAC firm. These are the types of people that you're going to be getting in addition to these owners. So they've got decent careers, decent jobs. They're up, they're at them, they're working, they're healthier than your average lead because of that, and they have incomes. They're good prospects because of that, owner or not.
Yep, that's a good point. And let's see, this, again, the webinar is recorded, so for those of you that are wondering, no, it's not $950 per lead. It's $950 per order with 25 leads. And
that's for 25 guaranteed leads. So those 25 leads would all be guaranteed to be a shot at a sale. Those would all be leads that would sound a lot like that recording that we played. They'd all be people that have agreed to receive a call from you with no pressure.
It's funny because that's the second time I've heard a recorded call, and in 2 different parts of the country, and I mean really true to script. I mean it sound like very, very similar calls, so which is nice.
Yeah.
These interviewers know what they're doing, no doubt.
Well, and there's another real strong point there as well, and we do generate leads using a script, and our leads are consistent because of that. So if our leads are working for you now, they're going to work for you 2 years from now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And also you're able to roll the same model out across an agency. So if it's working for agent A and B, if they can teach agent C and D how they're working the leads, then C and D are going to have success because they're the same leads generated the same way.
Yeah. I'm going to say a couple things real quick here. Is if you're interested, just give me a call. Ask for Mark Raymakers, and our numbers, I'll give this to you, and then we got a couple other things to hit, but 800-255-5055. And Yeah, we want to do that. We'll get you started in the program, and then we'll get you with Paul. Question came. Oh, here's the other thing I think we neglected to say, Paul. Is it's probably 2 to 3 weeks before your leads will start coming in because you got to do some research and all that stuff, right?
So the turnaround time is really based on the workload and the promises that we have in already. So it takes us about a week or so to get your list in and get everything set. The additional week wait time is basically just us trying to get everything out that we have promised. So 2 to 3 weeks, that is the turnaround time right now. Our turnaround time can vary, and if you need a specific delivery schedule, just chat with us, and we'll make sure that we're getting you the leads when you need them and at the pace that you need them. Additionally, if you ever need to slow down your order, you're going on vacation, or if you need to speed up your leads, you're trying to hit a certain production level, let us know and we'll work with you there as well.
And that's nice. Something else that I hadn't mentioned was, if you're trying to qualify for our trip, for example, the nice thing is everything that you're writing here is going to get you some points towards our next trip. Question came up, is there another webinar scheduled? Nothing at this time, but we probably will do one again here within the next couple of months, I imagine. But it's recorded, so you can review that later. Paul, can you share any ideas with us here as far as conversions? I think you'd already said you probably get, of 25 leads, get 10 to 15 appointments.
Yeah, absolutely. If you just give these people a call back and ask them if you can stop by with some information, you're going to see half or better turn into appointments. Especially out in some, I don't know, our leads. You can see 75% north type appointments in places outside of Kansas City, Missouri. Where people are just nice and slow and polite.
Yeah.
You're probably seeing closer to 50%, maybe a little bit below 50% in a place like, I don't know, Nassau County or something, New York. But what you do is you just give the people a call, and this is my exact script when I'm working these leads. I just say, hey, my name is Paul Schiedler. I'm with IAMS. My girl, Sherry, yesterday she called you from the Small Business Associates about your life insurance. I'm the information guy. I'm going to be in your area here on Tuesday. That's the 24th at 1:15. Is it okay if I stop by with some information? That's literally word for word my spiel, and I just ask, and half the time I get a yes just right there. So just give them a call and just ask them if you can stop by with information, and you're going to see a lot of appointments. Once you're out there on that appointment, that's really where you want to be. You're sitting out there, you've got a business owner, you got your laptop, and you're ready to go.
Yep. So again, somebody was asking, what do we reimburse if you write 4,000, or when you write 4,000 in premium with a minimum of 3 applications, then we'll reimburse you for the full expense. And yeah, we're doing that for 3 months. After that, then you take advantage of the marketing reimbursement program, where basically we would be looking at reimbursing 50% of that for you. So basically get you up and running here, get some good cash flow going, get some sales going, and then we're going to continue to help you out. There's no doubt about that. And again, the number's up on the screen here. You want to call and ask for me. I'll get you set up, get your information, and we'll connect you with Paul, and we'll be rolling. So, Paul, Bob's asking if he can have more than one zip code.
Yeah. So usually a client's gonna have about nine zip codes. If it's a client that we're working with on an ongoing basis, 9 is the number to try to hit. On your first order, you want to have 3 to 6 zip codes ready to go. And that's just because we might not be able to generate the leads in just that one zip code that you want. And also that one zip code that you want may have already gotten snatched up by somebody. So we need to check and make sure that the zip code's available and that the zip code's going to be large enough to get the job done. So for that reason, we always prefer that you have 3 to 6 zip codes ready to go.
Yep. Looks like, okay, are the leads shared? You said, no, those are not. They're exclusive. In fact, I think you'd indicated to me when we first spoke that you had leads where you had generated for people a year ago, and they went back and called them, were actually able to go back in and sell them. So nobody had ever called because they're exclusive to you, the agent. They're not sold or farmed out.
Yeah, they're never getting tossed out into the lead mill and resold. They're all yours. Keep them, and when you're bored, call them. because
Yeah.
you'll be able to get something out of them 6 months or a year down the road. It happens all the time. So definitely hang on to them and keep them around, because every 6 months you should give them a call, even if they were dead fruit the first time you tried. The fact of the matter is, there's a reason why the person said yes to this person that called them. There's a reason why they agreed to talk to you about their life insurance, and you want to know why. That's really the key to making the sale. But some people obviously will never let you do that. That's why we're not going to close every single lead. But it's important that you try your hardest.
Yeah. So here's a good question from Tom. He says, if your phone solicitor gets someone other than the owner or manager on the phone, for example, just a regular employee, will that constitute a lead even though the higher up person was not talked to?
No is what I'm going to go with there. So if it's a secretary, they're just picking up the phone, they have no management responsibilities there at the business, they're 24, they're not married, they have no kids, that would be a call that we would leave, and we would call it back. We try for the owner, or we try for someone else there in the organization. So we abandon a call if the person is not a good prospect. So the entire beginning of the call, it exists for the qualification purpose. So when we're talking to the person, we're seeing what position they are, we're seeing if they're married, we're seeing if they have kids, we're seeing if they have any conditions. If they've got some kind of uninsurable condition, we'll let them go before we've even shared with them your name and your company name. So you're not even mentioned to people that aren't qualified. So we're giving them a call, we're qualifying them, and then only the qualified prospects are we sharing the agent's name and company name with and asking if you can follow up with them.
Okay, let's see. This is a question for me. The reimbursement program is what we do is we put money into an account for you for writing life and annuities with us, and there's so much that we put in per dollar. So basically, $10,000 in target premium. We're going to put $200 in for annuities at $100,000, or single premium life. We put $200 in. So that continues to accumulate in there until you want to go ahead and take advantage of those dollars. You send us a receipt from any kind of expense that you'd have related to your business. We'll turn around and send you a check for 50% of that. Okay, question from Leroy. He says, if you talk with an employee, do you get their personal phone number or just the business number?
The only reason that we would take a personal number is if they volunteered it. So these leads are intended to be followed up on at the same phone number that we contacted these people. And that's because that phone number is always 100% just good to go. We called them at that number. That's where they're at. We reached them there yesterday at 10 a.m. You should try them tomorrow at 10 a.m. at that same number. They're going to be there. But if the person says, well, could I chat with them on my cell phone? That's fine. What's your cell phone number? We'll take it down. We'll put that in 2 locations on the lead sheet, so you'll see that cell phone will be really obvious. It'll be right there on the lead sheet. And the best time to call, and in the special notes, it'll say best time to call, on mobile number, this is the number at this time. So you'll have your instructions on how to follow up. Now, the one thing regarding alternate forms of communication I want to make clear is that we do not accept emails or faxes or any other kind of alternate forms of communication like that. So if someone wants to be called on an alternate number, that's fine, but these people have got to accept a call about the insurance that you guys are offering.
Let's see. Michael asks, is it cheaper with more leads ordered? So if they purchase more than the first batch at $9.50?
Yep. So at 50 leads, you get 3 free. At 100 leads, you get 10 free. People that work with us on a monthly basis, usually you'll see a few additional free leads. Try out those 25 for $9.50. See how they work for you. If they're just screaming along, you'll want to try 50 or 100 leads, or you want to set up a monthly reorder type process. We'll get together at that time. We'll chat about the pricing and see what's the best pricing we can get for you.
And then let's see, Don says, how long does it take to receive 25 leads?
It's up to you. So that 2 or 3 week turnaround time that we previously talked about has to be considered when you're scheduling your plans. But just for example, if you were to order leads today, you could see your first batch of leads coming the week of February 6th. And it's really up to you how many leads you get in that batch. So when you place your order, you get a link to a lead information order form, and this is where you put in your zip codes, and this is where you tell us how many leads you want to get a week. This is where you give us all the details, your name, your company name, and all that. And that form comes after you've placed an order, and we'll take that form and just follow those directions. So if you want 5 leads a week, if you want 5 leads every other week, if you want us to spread those 25 leads over 2-week time frame, you let us know, and we'll try to hit those numbers for you as best we can.
Bob, I'm not sure that I really understand your question. What is the length of commitment for the leads? Oh, you mean as far as in the program, maybe? You might want to re-clarify that question.
Well, as a lead generation company, I get asked this all the time, and even if it's not, it's still a good thing to clarify. We don't hold your card and rebill it for any reason. You're not committing yourself to some kind of ongoing or recurring type of system with our leads. So if you were to buy 25 leads, what we want to happen is you just see the value in those 25 leads, make some sales, and then reorder. You're not tied down. You're not going to be forced to reorder.
Are appointments not kept credited back?
No.
Yeah, that's kind of the nature of the beast, isn't it? How many leads?
So what we do and what we guarantee is every single lead's a shot at a sale when it leaves our office. Every single lead's been personally contacted on your behalf. They all know your name. They all know about the life insurance, and they've all agreed to talk to you about that.
I know you already addressed this. How many leads are available per week? You can pretty much set that. Can we schedule how many leads per week available? Yes, you can. Let's see. Do you have agents doing EAPs? I think really, David, that's up to you. I think it's funny because I learned this a long time ago. Selling insurance without ever meeting somebody, especially when it's a situation like this, might be compared to giving someone a haircut over the phone. I always think that it's good to get in front of somebody, but if you can at least sit down with them, unless you're just going to take a simple order, I want $250,000 10-year term, then doing an EAP is something you can certainly do, because as far as Paul is concerned, they're providing you the leads, and then as far as the writing the business side, that's us. That's IAMS. So we do have companies that you can do the EAPs with, but I think to really get the most out of the lead, I think you'd be best served to sit down with them and talk about the different needs, because the example of the one that was mentioned before is if you can get in front of that person, not only are you looking at writing insurance on him and his wife, but he could even look at his own executive benefit program for himself, or even do something or try to get and sit down with the different subcontractors that he has.
Yeah, since we're calling up businesses, the nature of these small businesses, it's just really great to get in front of these people. About 10% of the people that I sell leads to on a regular basis work them strictly by phone. So the majority of people that buy our leads are of the camp, go meet the people. And they're two different camps, really. There's folks that just want to sell by phone. I get it. That's fine. Our leads are really good for getting you in front of people. I mean, that's really they're so strong in that department. I think you're kind of missing a little bit of the value if you're not. So selling things like buy sells, IULs, disability coming up, finding that annuity and that life insurance sale, that's easier in front of someone than it is over the phone.
Yeah. See, Tom is asking, do you capture and share with us their email address?
We can. That's an option. If you would like us to include that question in the closing, we can ask them for their email addresses. That is not something that we do on our standard call.
Well, here's an interesting question. Roger asks, can we limit the contacts to business officers, managers, etc., or individuals with specified net worths?
That would be our custom calling. So we have a couple of questions about net worth. The most popular one is, are your investable assets above or below $250,000 beyond the value of your business and your home? That's a hefty question. It's heavy just in this webinar, it feels. And when you ask a business owner that, it's a toughie.
Yeah.
Those leads are $100+ a piece, essentially, is what you're looking at there. We do have other methods to get in touch with business owners with high net worth that I prefer. The number one method is calling businesses that gross more than $1 million on their 2015 tax returns. And speaking with the business owners. That way we don't have to ask that question, and we can chat with an owner of a business that's making a lot of money, or at least a decent amount of money, hopefully, depending on what kind of industry they're in. So that's kind of how I prefer to do that. But that's our custom calling campaign. We do a lot of different things in our custom calling campaign, and they do get kind of complex. And I'm happy to go into detail about that, but probably not on this call. Just know, if you're looking for something special and you're it's business owner focused, we can probably do it, and we've probably done it before.
Okay, good. Well, question box is empty. Again, if you're interested in, getting set up, talking about, starting the program, getting in contract with us, give me a call. Again, Mark Raymakers is my name, and our number is 800-255-5055. And Paul, looks like that'll be the end of it here. There's no additional question that have popped in the box. So thanks so much for taking your time with us here this morning and the opportunity to help our agents and advisors out there.
Yeah, Mark, thanks for the opportunity here, and thank you guys for taking the time to listen to me this Monday morning. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you all very much. And what we'll do here is I'm going to compile this into YouTube, and I'll get this recording out to you here in just a little bit. So the carriers we work with are good, Louis. So there's a lot of different opportunities there. And when we have a chance to talk, I can go through those with you. Okay. All right, everyone, have a great week. I look forward to talking with you soon.